Hey guys, Tbull. Today we're checking out an update. That's right, we got a new update coming out next Monday. That'll be January 30th. I got the day off, can you believe that? And I'm going to be streaming in the morning, probably about 9:30 Central Time. And we're going to be doing a deep dive on the update. So if you want to check that out, be sure you subscribe to the channel and stay tuned. We're going to jump right into it here. We got a lot to cover. It starts off a little bit slow. We got a Lunar New Year celebration. Pan-Asian Premium Destroyer Northern Dragon. We'll take a look at that here in a moment. There's something called a Guise, which is a visual enhancement. It's not a commander, but there is a Celestial Guardian Commander Guise. Unique roaring voiceover. Could be cool. We'll check it out. There's a new crate, sure, whatever. And theme skins for the Pan-Asian ships. We'll be waiting for you. No, we didn't say Pan-Asian Destroyers. That's right, we got a new tech tree branch coming, and they are, in fact, the Pan-Asian cruises. What's this? Okay, well, deep water torpedoes, smoke generator, torpedo reload booster. Okay, that at least for the higher tiers on the reload booster. We got something called Chungking, Ramat, Chumphuan, and Harbin. So that's going to be interesting. We got finally a new branch. It's been a little while since we've gotten a new tech tree branch. I think the last one was the German battle cruisers, if memory serves. And then, of course, this is early access, so you can get up to the tier 8 potentially with the luck of the draw. You know, these crates, you're going to be getting crates, playing the campaign, doing whatever else, probably ranked or whatever. Who knows how you get the crates, but you get Pan-Asian Cruiser big crates. You might get the ship, you might not. But in 5 weeks, we get a new update, and then the entire branch unlockable, researchable. So don't ever go crazy on the early access crates. Take what you get, play in the game. You get lucky, cool. Play the ship, grind it out, get ready to unlock the next tier when the next update comes, but don't go crazy. Oh, and by the way, next update, we're going to be getting the tier 8 Sejong, which will be the highest level ship for the Pan-Asian cruiser line that far. Well, what about campaign? What do we got going on here? We got something called Pommern. Pommern. Okay, well, we got a tier 8 German battleship. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, we got powerful secondary armament. They call it ATB. ATBA, I call it secondary. Mighty AP shells. Solid HP pool. Okay, sounds interesting. It says, solid choice to take in battle, even with the wide variety of the current roster of high-tier German battleships. So, again, we'll be doing a deep dive on that ship in the stream, and of course we'll do dedicated videos and all that next week, so stay tuned for that. But interesting on paper, not a lot of information, but interesting certainly. Latest wave of our collaboration with Azure Lane, February 6th, so not quite when the update drops, it'll be a week later. We got something called Azure Lane San Luis, Chapayev, Rune, Neptune, and check this out, something called Azure Lane New Jersey. We don't have a New Jersey in the game yet, but it says there are going to be 2 new ships, 3 new skins, new crate. What are the new ships? Well, a couple of the guys on the community contributor Discord were asking in the Q&A section, and the developer is a little coy. They said they couldn't quite reveal yet, even when directly challenged with the news that the Azure Lane, New Jersey commander will be released. Usually they correspond with existing ships. So, read into the tea leaves as you will, but that's certainly interesting there. We don't have any information on these commanders. Usually the Azure Lane commanders are pretty good, at least a good chunk of them. So stay tuned. Of course, a week after the update drops, we'll be doing a deep dive on those. I'm going to give you a breakdown, what ones look good, and I'll test them out, of course, too. But which ones you kind of want to target, if possible. Oh, here we got first Italian legendary cruiser, Napoli. I was looking at the wiki here. They're just introducing the SAP onto the Italian tech tree cruiser line. So a lot of speculation was going to be, or was present going around that, maybe we're going to see the Venezia, another high-tier Italian cruiser. Napoli, however, doesn't appear to actually have HE. I was looking at the wiki page on this thing. Sounds like it's got some nasty armor on this guy. This could be a pretty interesting cruiser here. Even at times, it's saying it might be able to bounce all the gun calibers in the game. With certain angling and armor characteristics. So, interesting there. No SAP, though. We do have the standard HE shells, AP shells. What's the guns? Looks like two 54mm guns. Okay, like took me a second to find it, but anyway, that's interesting. Of course, we're going to be checking that out as well. Stay tuned there. New service record. They've been talking about updating the stats for a while. This is step one. Okay, they've revamped the menu, the stats page. It looks more interesting, certainly. But the interesting part that we've all been waiting for is coming soon. Patch menus, I'll ask for specific ship stats. Please expect those in the near future. But you'll be able to look at your stats for certain game modes or whatever else. So that could be interesting. Oh, getting back into the Pan-Asian Tier 7 Premium Destroyer, Northern Dragon. Now, the Southern Dragon, Eastern Dragon, Miyoko's Tier 6 Japanese cruiser. This one's explicitly a Tier 7 Asian destroyer. Of course, I can't really tell looking at it. I probably could figure it out if I spent more than 2 seconds trying to analyze this. But is it a Loyang? Is it a Xianyang? Or is it something else completely? Well, I would put my money on one of the first two options. Probably more likely the Xianyang, but it could be a Loyang offshoot. Either way, it's got the cool, flashy camo. And it'll be available from February 1st through March 6th. If you're interested in that, of course, we'll be doing a breakdown on that ship as well. Plenty of reasons to subscribe to the channel. Come on now, go ahead and slap that button. Pan-Asian Commander, Chen Xiaokong. Dedicated commander for Pan-Asian cruisers. Reinforce the branch with his arrival. Okay, so base trait reduces incoming damage while your cruiser's in the smoke screen. Could be interesting for the Brits. I don't know how many times you're getting shot in the smoke, though. Usually you're in trouble if it gets to that point as those cruisers. But we'll see how it plays. They got a couple of unique looking perks on the build. Don't yet have information on his specifics. New map. What's this? Riposte. Array of isles that divide the map vertically offer a range of tactical options for different ship types. Plenty of room to back up and watch the people on your team play the game if that's how you want to do it. I haven't actually seen a picture of this map yet, but it could be interesting. Of course, new maps. Oh, and it says it's for Tier 6 through Legendary Tier. So it is a higher tier map, presumably a little bit bigger. Cool. We always love a new map. Check it out. Ranked in Brawls. It says this is going to be the best update for competitive captains. Many as 5, with as many as 5 total. Come on, what is this marketing copy? As many as you can win up to $1 million if you play this game. Well, come on, tell me how many ranked seasons and Brawl seasons are going to be. I think they're planning on giving us 5, but I think they're giving themselves a little wiggle room should any mishaps arise. That says the Brawl credits and experience have been reduced. Apparently, I didn't really play. I played one game of Brawl, maybe. But apparently it was a great way to earn some credits. They're tuning that down a little bit, though. Keep that in mind. Epic modernizations. I'm just going to go ahead and read this. They differ from the common ones by their distribution. You can obtain them through missions that will pop up in your campaign and mission tab automatically. And stats, of course. Okay, well, didn't seem that readily apparent, but of course, any epic modernizations you earn during the update will be yours to keep. But we see this as the beginning of an extended test. Okay, so we can earn these modernizations, ship upgrades essentially, and they're planning on probably tweaking them. They're putting them in the game. Going to read the tea leaves, read the stats, read the spreadsheets, see how they do. Modernizations introduced an active component to how the mods work, improving your stats for particular actions upon the battle or on the battlefield rather, allowing to stack the bonuses 5 times until the battle ends. So let's just jump right into them. I'll give you some examples. Gunfire control system mod. Main battery range plus 2% per every 50 shells hit cruisers and destroyers. Artillery plotting room mod number 2. Dispersion of main battery, negative 2% per 2 suitable hits. That's for USN battleships. Here's one for battleships, just in general. Main battery mod 3. Main battery reload time, negative 2% per every 50 shell hits. 50 shell hits in a game. That's a lot of battleship hits. You know, that's a lot of shits. Hits, as we call them. Secondary battery mod. This one's for German battleships. This one's more obtainable. Secondary battery reload time, negative 5% per 50 secondary shell hits. Bring it on. That's another buff to the secondaries, and we love it. We love our secondary builds around these parts. Here's one for destroyers. Torpedo launchers mod number 3. Torpedo reload time, negative 2% for every 3 torpedo hits. All right. Interesting. The battleships requiring 50 shell hits seems a little onerous. Seems a little onerous. The Citadel one's a little bit more obtainable, but I feel those aren't maybe as powerful, which may be by design. We'll see. But they're kind of implying they're going to throw them in there, take a look at them, and then rebalance as needed. So stay tuned to that. Here's good news for those of you that have been waiting for this. Multiple ships that suffered from hindered shooting abilities due to turret elevation at particular turn angles had those shooting angles improved. Most notably, Ibuki, Tier 8 Japanese cruiser. You guys know I love Japanese cruisers. Poetry in motion. Ibuki, I don't mind playing it, but it was more or less, I think it was 20% of the turrets were very hard to get into firing position. That's fixed. Ibuki B. Mackinson, Zeiton, Prinz Heinrich, and the Prinz Rubric. Princes all over the place. Didn't even really realize there was a major problem with those, but they've been fixed as well. So, improvements to the ships. We've been waiting patiently for the Ibuki. Kind of just, come on, give it to us. Here it is. All right, and then there's a couple bug fixes. Whatever. But that's a pretty nice looking update in my mind. We've had kind of a holding pattern. People were rolling their eyes with this last 2-week update. What you got to realize is at the end of the year, every year, they've typically added a week. I think most updates are 5 weeks. And then the last update of the year was traditionally 6 weeks. Now, somehow that got pushed into January, and then they added another week. So 7 weeks, rather than going that long between the actual updates, they threw in a holding pattern one with the 2-week campaign. We're past that now. We will be next Monday anyways, and we're jumping back into it. So you guys know the drill. I always love to get your feedback on these update videos. One of the main reasons I actually make them, aside from trying to inform you guys of what's coming. I like to get your feedback, so jump down there in the comments. Let me know. Excited? Disappointed? What are you looking forward to? What sounds juicy? What sounds outrageous? You guys give me your thoughts. I'd like to kind of pre-plan my upcoming content, at least what I want to focus on early, and I do a deep dive on the comments on these videos in particular, seeing what everybody's into. So you guys let me know there. But that's going to do it for this one, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy it, and if you did, please hit the thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, hey, consider subscribing. We always got a lot of World of Warships content coming all the time. Like I said, questions, comments, leave them below. We love to hear from you, and we'll see y'all later. All right, peace.